Okay, here we go. This is a little mini guide on Knull. These are my cards here really quick. I'm not going to go over my builds for everything. Just wanted to show that I do not have Pierce and don't even have attack stats on any of my cards I crafted. So, but I have started crafting a card. So, here we go. Let's go look at Knull. We're going to go ahead and go for stage 2 for the run. I do think stage 2 is a little bit easier as long as you can do the damage, just because it doesn't have blade twisters. But stage 1 is going to have all the same mechanics. It's just no blade twisters on stage 2, so that's nice. Here are the teams I use. I'm only going to do one run. Just wanted to show all the different teams I use. This is one team here. We have Medusa. She's going to buff both herself and Ghost Rider. Really, Captain Marvel, I use her sometimes just to dodge and stuff like that, but I don't really use her much at all. This is the second team I use, third team, fourth team, and fifth team. So again, the second team here, actually all three of these characters can clear Knull. They do, all three do fantastic damage to him. That's this team then. Well, I'll show you the strategy. I'll probably do a quick little bit with this team. This team, both Apocalypse and Moon Knight, pretty easily do enough damage. Here I do have an energy on Moon Knight and a rage on Apocalypse, and then I have a judgment on Beta Ray Bill and a rage on Dr. Octopus, and those are the two main characters that I do the damage with. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and do the clear with this team. As far as my strikers go, I've been getting potential on those, but usually you just use increases damage to supervillain types there. For the first clear, Ghost Rider is really squishy, and so I use Baby Groot for the heals that he drops. And then for the second team, this would be that mutant team with Magneto, Namor, and Mystique. This is the strikers I use. These are all just increases damage dealt to supervillains. But then I do have that Magneto is especially squishy, and so you really need anti-venom for the heals. The next one with Sharon Rogers and Doctor Strange, and they both have heals, so you don't need any heals. It's all just increases damage. To supervillains, again, increases damage to supervillains. This is the one with APOC and Moon Knight. They both have heals also. And then there's no heals on Beta Ray Bill. Well, he does have a heal, but he is a little bit squishier. But these ones right here are the 12 percenters, and then I don't know, I feel like Ancient Ones, the debuff thing here, really helps. So that's it. So we're gonna go ahead and go into the training, or try the run here with Beta Ray Bill and Doc Ock, and you'll kind of see the mainly this is just the patterns that we're looking at here. Okay, so I'm going to run up. I'm going to do just a normal Beta Ray Bill rotation here. And as soon as you see words up there, then know that pretty soon, then that black stuff is coming up, and that's going to make it so that you get snared after the black stuff. So wait till you see the black stuff afterwards, and that's when it's like a black wave that you want to just make sure that you so you see the words. Now watch, there's a black wave that comes up right there, and that's when you just switch. Okay, and then The nice thing about awakened characters is you can just switch back and forth and do damage with them whenever you switch. This is just with a judgment on Beta Ray Bill, so I'm sure with a rage that he can go do a lot more damage too. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and switch. I don't know if there's you're getting debuffed, and so that's why the damage drops, but it does seem like every once in a while the damage drops off significantly when you're using a character for too long. And so I find that if you can switch back and forth kind of quite a bit, then so after he attacks you a few times here, then he ends up doing this one right here, and that's when you want to run away. So just be aware that after a couple rotations after he switches, then you're just going to want to run away. And I'm going to go ahead and switch here just so I can burst him down the rest of the way. I like to wait till my proc comes up on the awakening skill before I do 5-3. And then you always want to make sure that with this team especially, that you are proccing on the third skill with, you're doing that 6-5 cancel 3 with Dr. Octopus, because the third skill is lightning damage, and so it's going to get buffed by Beta Ray Bill. And so right here I didn't do enough damage, so that after those purple things he is going to do this, call it up one more time. There are, in this phase, then the purple things always show up on the right hand side. Once you get him down to 12 bars, he's going to jump over here. Once he jumps over here, just run back behind here until you see the purple, and then you just run out away from the purple, and then you'll be fine. See, the purple can't come out here, and you can just hang out, and nothing's going to happen. Run away from that. Do 5 here. So if you don't burst him down, we'll see if I can. So I burst him to the next phase, so it doesn't matter. If you can't get that burst down, then that's fine. Just run over here, and that's when the... Come on. So if you can attack during this phase, but make sure that if you do attack during that phase, then you're just using awakened skills, because that's when otherwise you'll die. So awakened skills, you might die anyways, but that's why you have the other characters there, is just to help clear it. And then you won't have any problem doing enough damage if you can use an awakened skill during that, like before Thor stuns him, because you'll pretty much get him burst down all the way. So that's it. Pretty simple. Oh wait, I was gonna do one quick little thing here with show the strategy I use with this team here, because it is just a little bit different. For the most part, just switching back and forth. If you have one character that does a lot more damage than another character, then use that character more, right? And then your lead character, you just use them to sacrifice if you have to. So what I like to do here is use Doctor Strange for this whole part as much as I can. And you are going to get guard broken and stuff a lot, but the nice thing about using Doctor Strange is that when he gets guard broken, you're never on a skill for any amount of time. And so when a skill gets canceled, it doesn't really matter as much as with another character, right? So then as soon as that black wave comes, I'm going to go ahead and switch to Sharon Rogers. I'm going to go through her rotation a few times and charge up her tier 3 as I wait for Doctor Strange to come off cooldown. I'm gonna go back through his rotation now. And then the words came up again, so that black wave is coming. And go, oh, I didn't switch in time. See, it's not the end of the world. You're not going to die or anything if you don't switch in time, but you just lose a little bit of time. So basically, the nice thing about doing it with Sharon Rogers here is, or with this team right here, is Doctor Strange does good damage. Like, Sharon Rogers gets her skills canceled so much during this phase that it's almost not even worth trying to do it. You're just running around because you're just going to get your skills canceled. And so Doctor Strange, since you cancel his skills anyways, then you can just kind of fly through this, like play this like you normally would play Doctor Strange, other than, obviously the boss is not getting frozen. And so once I do that, now I'm going to switch to Sharon Rogers. I'm going to wait for him to jump there. Oh, and I totally missed my proc, and it might not matter anyways. But oftentimes, there we go. So you can burst him down so you save a ton of time so you don't have to run around and dodge those attacks that he does. And then it doesn't really matter. You can use Sharon Rogers or Doctor Strange during this part. But we're going to go ahead and use Sharon Rogers, see if we can burst all the way down to the next phase. Couldn't quite get it. So we're going to run up here to the top, run around. The dragon can't get you now, so you're totally safe. But here's the other cool part. Actually, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to wait for him to come down. I'm going to see how much of these I can cancel here and build up my T3 a little bit, just so I'm ready for the next phase here. So I totally could have sent him into the next phase a little bit earlier by landing those procs, but I don't want to really. So what I wanted to do is get this built up so I can show this little strategy here. So send him into this next phase. Doctor Strange's T3 skill here is going to continue doing damage. I very well might die with Doctor Strange, even though he is healing during this part, but that's fine. And so I'm going to do a ton of damage right there. And then I'm going to switch over to Sharon Rogers, and during this part right here, you can just totally one-shot him or burst him down the rest of the way. So that's this is one of my most reliable clears for sure, is that team right there.